Hello guys, I've been asked quite a while now, how is this repair on this tractor? Well, this is 4 years since the oil filter had a problem. So let's find out, shall we? Yes, my vehicle's extremely hot. I just got it from uptown. Obviously you guys can see that I take it off. Now the only thing I can run is Purelators or Bosch. Give me a minute and I'll get the Bosch filter. Alright, one thing I do it's still holding. I'm gonna have to find another one someday. But here's the Bosch. Where these trackers are 3330 Bosch or this Purelator. And this one is a PL10241. Those are the only two filters I can put on this tractor now. Right now I'm just lubing up the oil ring. Now a lot of people ask me, how do I make sure that filter don't fall off now? Well, I turn it until it stops, and I grab my oil wrench. I know a lot of people are going to yell about this. Give it a quarter turn on. Now, a lot of people are asking what oil do I run in this. This is the best oil I ever found. Shell Rotella T4. I know it says heavy duty diesel oil. All that is, there's a lot of zinc in it. On these overhead motors, these style, the cams are sitting at the top, they require a lot of zinc to keep the cam lobes from wearing. So, a lot of you guys are probably wondering how you take care of it. Run this crap. Since I've been running this for 2.5, 3 years now, and the lifters in this motor are quiet. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in a few. Alright, catch you in a few. Alright, now the oil. I got a jug here. It says 3.5 quarts. So you only need half the other quart. Because this is a 4-quart oil pan. And do not start this tracker with the oil thing open. This is a wise lesson. Perfect. Nice and quiet, guys. I hope that little tip is good for you guys. Okay, guys, what's going on? It's going to be a Thermostat 101 video. So, I'm going to talk about thermostats for placing in your car. This ain't just for one vehicle, this is for multi-vehicles. I don't know how many imports and domestics we have. So, step one is jack up your vehicle or put on ramps. Get yourself a good metal set of ramps, or get yourself a good quality jack and jack stands. Something like these, very good quality, and some nice heavy duty 3-ton jack stands. And put it, if you're gonna, on like Zukis, or 4-wheel drives I should say, don't jack up on the peg of the 4-wheel drive, because it's got half shaft style. If you got a straight axle, jack it up on the peg. If not, grab a hold of it here and jack it up. Or grab a hold of your frame rails, jack it up on the frame rail. Most time, if you got a front wheel drive car, you can just grab a hold of it here by the subframe right here. You can just jack it up and then put your jack stands on both sides of your subframe. Now, you gotta locate, before you can figure this out, figure out where your if you got a radiator cap or if you got a reservoir bottle, which would be sitting back here in this corner of the engine, which is your radiator. If you don't have a radiator cap, be your reservoir back here, then you have to jack it up in the rear. In a lot of cars, it's an iffy situation about jacking them up. Put them up on ramps. Don't put plastic ramps, just jack them up in the rear. You want your bottle as high as you can get it, or your radiator as high as you can get it. Alright, once you get that part figured out, get yourself a container. I use this old Tupperware container, and actually, Cytolite is a drawer. It's a drawer container. Find where your drain cock is at. A lot of them are going to be buried, but majority of the time, they're going to be right here. Let me get that wire out of the way. Majority of the time, they're going to sit right there. They're always on this side of the radiator. Very few are on this side of the radiator. So, you're going to take this, find your drain. Now, I used to have a 5-gallon bucket. 5-gallon bucket that I used to drain antifreeze in, but make sure you hit the hole just like I did it. Just now, when it don't come out like that, that's because I had air in the system. That's why I did that. Now, come up here to your radiator cap and turn your radiator cap. See how it starts draining again? Because I still had air pocket in the radiator cap. And you guys see I got a pretty much full radiator. And now it's just going to drain slowly. So we'll be back on when this sucker drains down then. Alright guys, step 2, after you get done doing the radiator. I don't know how well you guys can see that, how well you guys can stay. Unbolt your gooseneck, I've already did. And you guys can probably see. See where my needle's at? That's a no-no. That ain't how it's supposed to be. When it gets dropped in, it's supposed to be like that. To the radiator. Let me get this up close for you guys. See that bobber pin? That bobber pin is supposed to be to the radiator. Here's another example of this came off an '08 Grand Prix. See how it says to radiator? You gotta make sure you guys are watching thermostats. It's for any car. If you're not too sure and it's already been replaced, get online. You might find something. Mitchell can get it. You can probably go to the dealer and the dealership and ask them. But I'm gonna do a modification to this bobber pin. I'm gonna cut it off. There we go. Okay. I did a modification to mine because I really don't want that to close up. Okay, make sure that's pointing right to the radiator, which it is now. I'm going to use some, I wish I had some red ATV, but I cannot find it. My gooseneck's been leaking on me, so I'm going to seal it. That gasket is not that old. It's been in here probably a couple of weeks. So I'm going to seal my gooseneck. Is this highly recommended? No. But mine's leaking. My gooseneck's probably warped. But you know, old school hot rodders do this all the time. My dad showed me this trick to keep goosenecks from leaking. Now what you want to do, since you got that on there now, just smooth it around it. Make sure you got it all. Make sure it's even coat. And then take your finger and wipe off the inside lip of this, because you don't want this in the cooling system. Now just take this, after you double check and triple check, and make sure that thing's dead where you want it, which is pretty darn close. Gently lay this back over it. Grab me my bolts. Now mine's running 2 odd mates because I had to drill out the 12 mil because it broke off inside the aluminum casing. Snug them down for right now and make sure you get both of them in. All you need to do is go hand tight. Don't go berserk on it, or you will crack it. That's all you need. Now it's time to fill. I hope you guys all know how to put antifreeze back in your vehicle. We'll be back when I get that done and get ready to do the other part.